for you to understand what is STEM. So before, I don't know who has a controller. Can you change out the slide, please? Okay, we are changing here. Wait. There. Okay. So before to start, I need you to get into a little bit of introduction into what is STEM. So what does STEM stand for? The thing is with the STEM that it's a project that is going to imply engineering, life sciences, all types of mathematics, and fields that use mathematical principles. This is what the STEM stands for: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But in order to go to all the content, we're going to do a little bit of brainstorm. Our brainstorm, which I need you to all participate, it's going to start and it's going to be about what do you think STEM is aimed to create projects just because it is there, to create more advantages in the world, to create solutions in the world. What do you think? What do you think it's useful for, or what do you think these sciences are used? Or in what areas do you think it's used? It can be because you need to have a problem solved in the world, or because it gives us advantages, or what do you think is mainly about? For what? For what?
Projects.
For projects.
To prepare the students.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. You said for projects. Elena, did you say something?
Prepare the student.
Okay. Anyone else? It can be to create solutions, to create, for example, it can be for solutions, but solutions for what type? To what? To what type of problematics in the world?
Like, for example, climate change or something.
Okay.
Using science to work in climate change.
Okay.
Or technologic advances.
Okay, give me another one. Logic. Okay, and then do you have any idea? What do you think you're going to use STEM for? Or what do you think you're going to use STEM for in high school?
To create projects, like ideas to work in solutions for something like.
You got an idea. I think you're understanding better STEM now. Okay, so working teams can be also. Did you say work for solutions? It can be together, create teams. You can also create communication. Teamwork, which is going to be really important in high school. Teamwork. And another thing to do, one of the most important things is to develop critical thinking. Okay? Okay. Now, let's start with the topic. What is STEM? STEM is an educational program that nowadays is used for develop primary, secondary, college, and graduate students to develop the critical thinking and careers in fields in science, technological, engineering, and mathematics. That's what STEM stands for: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's also its aim, and it was constructed and developed in order to improve the U.S. position globally. Do you know how is U.S. nowadays? Now, what is important in these days or in high school? Well, STEM, it's in higher education, the critical thinking is going to develop, which is that nowadays is one of the goals is high schools are going to look for a lot. It also, another thing that it's going to do is that it's going to prepare and to participate you students in real world projects. What do I mean? I mean with this that, for example, here you see the Sustainable Development Goals of the UNESCO. In my experience, in the first semester, I did. They give us like these goals, and we were going to use it to prepare a project that is going to solve one of these goals. So that's what I mean with real world projects and solutions. And another thing to do is to cross-disciplinary knowledge to solve problems. You, as a team, you're going to think together of a solution of a problem that nowadays is affecting a lot the world. So you're going to do a project, a prototype, you're going to develop, and you're going to create your idea and your solution. The key here is that you're going to need to sell it. Now, samples of STEM fields, skills, and salaries. Even though STEM nowadays is implemented as a project, STEM can also be seen in majors. Major in science, major in engineering, in maths, in physics, etc. Here we have science, technology, engineering, and maths. You have salaries. It's like a career, but you have a major in this. It's basically as we call it in here, la carrera, and especialidad, y el doctorado, etc. Like that. And you have, like, for example, all the different salaries that you're going to need to get. But we're not going to get into one yet because it's not necessary. Now, implementation in high school. I'm going to talk in here a little bit about my experience and how it's going to be managed. Now, CIDED, as far as I know, CIDED is the only high school that has these projects. But the thing here is that, as far as I know, in the last semester and the next semester, this is going to be passed through to high school, la prepa 7, also to 15, which is going to be la prepa 15, 25, which is going to be la prepa 25, and a lot more that are going to be here. See, that is not going to be the only high school that is going to start. Now, my experience, as I told you, it started in first grade. I'm telling you this because it's pretty important, and I think it's a benefit for you to understand a little bit more about STEM. It might be that this implementation might not happen next semester, in the semester they're going to start, but it's going to happen because, believe me, it's happening because of what they say. Instead, the thing is that if you understand this and you know how to move this and sell your idea, which that's the key, you are going to improve and you're going to get better. As I told you, a lot of CIDED make us to create and to use UNESCO goals. I'm going to talk to you about my first semester. In my first semester, what I did is I didn't know. They gathered myself in camps, and they gave us all the UNESCO goals that you saw. Well, they were allowing us to create and to look for a solution for one problem. This image that you see right here was my first STEM. That was my first STEM. My first STEM was about a water cycle. What do you mean by a water cycle? Well, by a water cycle, I mean that what we did, we made. I'm going to explain you like quickly my STEM. Imagine that you have the sink. Yeah, imagine this is a sink. Imagine. Just imagine. And the water is going to go through this. The thing is that here's the wall, and the water is going to go all the way up to the wall, and it's going to fall down until this part. And in this part was going to be a filter. Now, how are we going to recycle the water that is being used and now it's polluted? Anyone has an idea? Or how we can how the filter can identify which is going to be the water that is going to be clean and the water that is polluted? No? Okay. So filter is going to identify because the first thing is that water that is polluted has more density. And And also the chemical composition changes because it has more particles, because they are big. And the clean water, it's light. And we're going to say that it's normal. The filter was going to identify these because of the density and the chemical composition. Identifying thanks to the chemical composition, which is a clean water and which is going to be the pollutant. So in this filter, it's going to separate polluted water and clean water because the thing is aim to clean the water. This the water that is already clean is going to be stored in a kind of like a box that is going to be down the sink, and water is going to be here stored. So at the end of the day, you can recycle it and you can use another. You can use them another time. That's why you're going to reuse it. Now, this semester, what I did is hydraulic bridges. This is one of the things that I did. I used hydraulic bridges, and it just like the Tower Bridge of London that is open up. But the thing here is that it also uses a filter that is going to clean the water because it's going to give another reuse for the nation. And this thing it's only made for national in a scope of national. Now, I'm going to let you think about a possible solution. For example, let's go back to these UNESCO goals. Quality of education. Your problem is quality of education. What is a possible solution for quality of education? What do you do? Implementing engineering, English, maths, a project that I just told. And if you want another project, as an example, an ecological project, one of my teammates did eco-blocks. Eco-blocks means bricks, the ones that you see for construction. They were made of plastic. And they actually function because he made a prototype and everything. He constructed a brick, with plastic fully, and it worked. So that can also be with ecological in climate change. Now, if your problem is quality of education, what can be solutions for quality of education?
Using technology to improve like more activities and more projects using technology and science.
Okay. Okay, use of technology and science. If you want an example for this one, a lot of people instead uses classes. Give classes to people that do not have the resources. For example, the migrants that come from the US and from another parts of South America, that can also work in quality of education. So giving you these, what do you think it can be a solution for quality of education? Besides using technology and science, that's what it is. Okay, I can give you some help. Quality of education. Okay, let's think about. Okay, let's think about this. Let's give class, but not a common class. Not a class like this. Not a class in private schools. Not like in public schools. People that do not have enough resources. Commonly, people that do not have these enough resources, they say that they say that they do not have the same level of education as fortunately have. The thing is that in these classes, they can be about science, as like I said. If science can be improved, can be science, or it can be technology. it can be about engineering, and also it can be about physics. So they can be more into the topic, and they could have the education to create and to get a better job. That can be a solution for quality of education. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you, and I'm going to ask you some questions. Simple ones. Not just, no. What is STEM about? Okay, wait, raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Okay, Melanie?
System for reviewing projects and solutions for the world using science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Okay, that can work. Wait, I'm going to change this. There. Ali, do you have an idea? As a brief summary?
Maybe more like doing some projects that actually can help and not letting them just like school projects.
Okay.
Like something that can
actually
actually
do
work.
something about the
Okay.
world.
There's a little practice time. So, what you do if they give you in high school, solve this in Escobar. What do you think you're going to do? Or what is the purpose of these that they give you during Escobar?
To have the idea to do something new that actually can solve the problem, like you had the idea of solving the problem and actually do something about it.
Okay. Yeah, I like that idea. Okay, I'm going to ask one of you. What does STEM stand for? I know that you know. I know that you know. Natalia, what does STEM stand for? I know that you know. I know that you know. And you have great potential in STEM. Sammy, do you want to help Natalia? Okay. What does the S stand for?
It's for science.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. T. What is T?
Technology.
Okay. What is E for?
Engineering.
Okay.
And M for mathematics.
I think that was pretty easy though. Okay. Okay. I think you got it. Well, yeah, I'm going to give you okay. That can work. Now, I'm going to give you a little task for you. And what you're going to do, what you're going to do is that in a paper, I want you to grab a paper, and you're going to write, I'm sorry. I want you to put your name on the top, and you're going to put, do you have your cell phone with you? No, right?
No.
Okay. Well, doesn't matter. I'm going to give you, and this goes. I'm going to give you an easy one. Okay? And I'm going to give you the task to develop your idea, your STEM project. And I want you to write it down, just a little bit short one, summary of what you're going to solve in the UNESCO. So the goal that I'm going to give you is going to be, okay, clean water. I'm going to give you clean water. It's a easy topic. I already give you two examples, my two examples of last semester and the first semester. You can have a better idea of this one. This one is better than this one because this one won and I got into the area of the STEM. So I need you to write your name. I need you to put the UNESCO goal, that is the clean water, and your idea of STEM. A brief summary of how you could solve clean water. Okay? And meanwhile you do this, I'm going to tell you also that winning in STEM or having the best project in your group about STEM also has benefits. Why? Because it in the final grade of math, English, and who's the other one? And math, English, and I don't remember which one it was. Math, English, ooh. I don't remember. Math, English, and I don't remember. I don't know what's happening. Oh, yeah. But this is I remember the other one. I just forgot my subjects in first grade. But in the second grade, I got 3 points extra for physics, math, and English. So that extra points, they are only going to give us a better support in all stuff. So, how are you doing with your idea? Have you developed your idea? Everything is going well? If you need help, or you don't know how to, or you don't have your idea pretty clear, you can ask me, and I can give you another side point of view, so you can have your idea clear. What time is it? Oh wait. I don't know what time is it. I'm going to give you until 9:55. Yeah, 9:55, 9:56. No, 9:55. Yeah. STEM needs to be clear. The idea of STEM needs to be clear, and STEM idea needs to have a clear solution of how you're going to solve the problem or the problematic. Now, the UNESCO goals, they not necessarily need to be the goal in here or the thing to achieve. It can also give you another thing. It can also give you not problematic, or you can get a major, as I told you previously. Now, as I told you, STEM is going to get really important in high schools in here in Nuevo, or at least in UNN high schools, because they're going to be implemented in all high schools now. And they are giving, they are going to just going to, I don't know if they're going to start next semester, the semester they're going to start, or if they are going to be until the next. I mean, you start in first semester until you are like in second grade. I'm not quite sure, but I know that teachers are going to more high schools to prepare other teachers, so they can have the preparation, the necessary preparation. Because STEM, not an easy project. It's also about letting your creativity flow, about all of your skills, critical thinking, teamwork, which is pretty important in STEM. And if you don't like doing projects in teams, in high school you're going to do a lot of projects in teams. A lot of projects in teams. A lot. If the PI, the final project, if the portfolio, every single portfolio is going to do in teams. Every single one. Every single one. And STEM can give you an advantage in the final grade. Believe me, every point in the final grade is important. I know people that they do not pass the subject because they got 69 and because they didn't put all the effort in STEM, they do not give them this point. So it's very important. Your STEM idea doesn't need to be perfect. STEMs always, they're never going to be perfect, and they're going to get better in the practice. Believe me, as with my experience, this is nothing compared to this. I mean, I feel more satisfied with this one. So, as for your age, I'm going to demanding you to create a STEM idea for hardware. I'm going to give you, and I'm asking you to a little bit of summary and just a thought of what you can solve with Lingua. I know that they are pretty passionate about this. They are, they put a lot of effort in it. My classmate that I told you about, that it's, his name is Nicolas. He made the echo blocks that I told you, bricks made of plastic. And he made the full brick from zero. And it was pretty shocking. And he put all of the effort in it. In the very STEM that was on Monday, he put coffee cups and he made stickers of his STEM. He made the model that he used, and he also put the plastic. He made the brick model in there. So it was pretty shocking. And I'm going to give you a key that a teacher told me and that I use nowadays. It's not about, it's also about your idea and how well you develop your idea. But the key is how you sell your idea to other people. A lot of projects, a lot of big projects do not win or do not won because they do not sell their idea well. Or because another team that their project was just, I don't know, give classes, as I said, which is not less, but they sell their idea better. And they convince and they said people that it was the best idea and that it was the best time ever. And yeah, I think selling and developing the idea is one of the best things you can develop in STEM. It's not only about creating and calculating, it's also about selling, about developing, and about trying to convince the other that your STEM is better than the other. It's to telling them that my STEM is better because of this. My STEM has advantage because of this. And also about getting related to common questions that you might, that in real world you can ask. For example, how much is going to cost? Or how is going to be developed? Or who can be developed this? Or who are going to be the ones that are going to sell this idea? How important it is in the market? That is what some keys in STEM that I have learned in first semester and second semester. I don't know if you finished or if some of you have finished. Or at least have a thought. At least have a thought. I mean, you can have it as a homework and you just like save it there. And they can also be useful for your high school projects. So if you just have a thought, it doesn't need to be a complete idea, you can have a thought. Do you finish?
Yes, but it's kind of pretty similar to what you said.
Oh, what? Okay, tell me, don't worry.
Recycling clean water, we are saving enough water to use next time, but without wasting, like to organize the water, the clean water, to use it more times and not to waste it like that. Like the main idea is to organize the clean water that you have so that you can use, like
Reuse it.
We just said it several times.
yes.
And how you're going to, like, how do you have your mind like, to use it? Like a filter also? Like using a filter also?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Using a filter water? Also, you, anyone you have already finished? Alice, you finished? Okay.
I mean, I had like an idea that the water that usually used in a washing machine,
Okay.
like, I don't know how it actually works at a washing machine, but if the water doesn't totally waste like on the clothes,
Okay.
the one that like lasts can be like not like transported but like be united with something to the toilet. So when you like push the toilet, the water that the machine left is used like that.
That's a pretty good idea. That is a pretty good idea. If you develop that well, that can be a great idea. I'm serious about that. I'm serious about that. Because you're using it for two machines that are pretty important for the house, in the source of the house. Who else? Who else has finished? Everybody else has finished? Ivan, do you finish? Okay, you start. I'm sorry, what's your name? Okay, Alan, you're going to start. You finished? Oh, you haven't finished. I remember the name of this. Elisa. I'm sorry. Do you have your idea already? No? And do you have written something already? Yes? No? No? Okay, don't worry. Okay. Sammy, do you have something written? Okay, show me.
To make a filter with reusable stuff to use it in final.
Okay, wait, silence, please. Silence.
To make a filter with reused stuff to use it in canals or rivers so the water can be clean and the people that consume that water
Mhm.
can be more like healthy.
Okay.
That's all.
Hey, like your idea. Sounds good. Gabriel? I see you have one texting there. I want you, come on.
It is very similar like yours.
To which one? To that one or to this one?
The watershed.
To this one.
It is really different.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Use many filters. One filter stops the flow of solid things and the water passes and the solid things are filled. Other filter can divide the other chemicals. Using density. The filter identifies the water density if it is more dense or less dense than the other substances that the water contains. Then the filter divides the water from the other chemical substances.
You have your whole STEM idea developed. That's very good. That's very good actually, because you already developed your whole idea. What I advise you is to check if you, for some reason, you used your idea for a STEM project. I recommend you to check the costs. I recommend you to check the advantages, and mainly, why is my idea better? That is the thing where it's getting me to ask you. Why is my, that's good idea better? That needs to be like the pretty, like the main questions that they are going to give you, because this is what you're going to sell to others. That is the thing in STEM. I think you got the idea, you understand clearly, well, not clearly, but you got an idea of what is STEM. Do you think you can make it your first semester? It's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. If you get an idea, at least you got an idea, and you're gonna go in zeros, you have benefit, and now you have this advantage in all of your generation. So, working that, and if they ask you to create a STEM, an innovative STEM, which whatever thing they got you to do, UNESCO goals or another topic they give you, first, I recommend you to do a brainstorm with your teammates about 9 or 10 ideas. Okay? A brainstorm of all of the ideas you can use. Then, if you already select your idea, make like a sketchbook. Like a draft. Make a draft of what you can do. Of what are the things, the advantages, and the benefits, and the costs, and how you're going to do it. Then, do research. Research in all of the things that might involve of your STEM. All of the things you think they cannot ask you. For a prototype. A prototype is pretty important. In my hydraulic bridge, I did a bridge made of cardboard, and I connected, and it actually lived. It lived in order to show what my STEM was about. Prototype, good. prepare. Or someone said, sell. Sell your idea. Show others why your idea is better. Tell them why you are better than the rest. Tell them that you have innovative mentality, that you have critical thinking, that your skills in science, social sciences, engineering, and math are the best. And you know how to develop big projects. That's what I'm going to be. That's what my advice in STEM. And thank you for your attention. That will be all of it for now.